most men don't want to talk about the pain. Well, we don't sit around the table and talk about separation and loss to our buddies. I don't talk about separation and loss to my frat friends. But when we sit in that group and we talk about separation and loss and how that impacts us, and then ultimately how that impacts my child is important, because they're experiencing some loss when you're not there all the time and you were there 5 days, 7 days a week, you know. And so talking about that has been a changer for these fathers. That's powerful when you see that light come on. I feel honored that someone have seen the work that I do. I'm not walking around trying to show people what I do. It's just what I do. And so I feel honored. I feel privileged that someone said, I think that he's doing a good job.
So on a personal level, I can tell you that I have been raised in a patriarchal family, one where we revere the men. So for me, even as a mother of 2 children, and realizing how important it was, the role that the father of my children played in their life. So it is no different for any child and what a father brings into their family. And watching my own 2 children and knowing that my son is the strong man that he is because of the man that raised him. And then my daughter, who feels beautiful and respected and expects nothing less from a man because of the father that showed her love, the first person in her life to show her love. And realizing that every single child deserves that. So to know that I'm considered to be a game changer, I can say that probably because of that, I can come here a little while longer and spend some more years here doing what I do. But I have to say, really on a professional note, that it will be one of my proudest legacies when I leave the department. Just to know that I have had anything to do with ensuring that fathers are seen for the asset and for the resource that they are to a family.
Very special. It's, I mean, I do what I do because I am supposed to. I want to do a good job. It's not just a job, it's important the work that we do in the child welfare system. As a woman, it's especially important because we as women need to support the work that's positive. As a firm director, this award is important for me, and what inspires me is that not only am I excited about the work, but I can watch those that I supervise. I supervise about 40 attorneys, and I want to know that they're doing the right thing by these parents and with these men. So it's an honor, and yeah, it's hard to see myself as a game changer, but I just see that as important. So not only teaching that to lawyers so that they can make the right decisions about the legal aspects for fathers, but also it's important because it helps our client, it helps the child, it helps the family.
First of all, I know it's almost going to sound like a cliche. I am so overwhelmed and so honored that this group would select me as a game changer. And it's also so affirmative because I believe in rebelling against the game and changing the game, because the game is often rigged not to include those who most need it and who have the most to lead within it. But the piece I want to add in the road ahead is this leadership piece. Helping to lift up these fathers as leaders, helping them in terms of advocacy and policy making, having them be at the table, not just brought in one day for a panel in front of a Senate subcommittee. I want our fathers to be those senators. I want our fathers to be those assembly members. I want one of the fathers to be a mayor. That is my vision. And I think that fathers need to be with their families, they need to be within their communities, but they also need to be at the seats of power, because that's how the game is really going to be changed, and that's how it's going to be changed forevermore. So I take this as an honor, but also as a responsibility, because this means I've got to do even more in the years ahead, and I will.
The work that I do as it relates to fatherhood was initiated and began for me about 20 years ago as I was a recipient of a specific teen fatherhood program designed to help young fathers become responsible fathers. And since then, I've launched my career and in different capacities, work with communities, but always with the focus on working with fathers. I think what drives my work and what is my inspiration are my own children and seeing the beauty that comes when I'm present, when I'm there for them, and then when I then can see that in other fathers as they're present for their children, it motivates me to continue to do this work. It's an honor to be a recipient of this award. I accept that very humbly. I would hope that many other fathers who don't get seen, who don't get acknowledged, should be recognized that way. But I'm very thankful and grateful to be acknowledged this way, and I will use this platform to continue to drive this work forward.
I feel really humble and honored to be able to receive an award like that, because having gone through what I've been through as a father, and to know that I work hard, but to know that somebody's actually seeing the work I'm doing and to honor me, I feel really special about that. But I think it has to do with a lot of the work that I do. I'm consistently out there. I'm consistently trying to get involved in whatever I can to better these systemic barriers that fathers have. I mean, it's not just DCFS, it's probation, it's the incarceration, the mass incarceration that's going on of fathers. There's a lot of issues that fathers are dealing with that are causing them to not be able to be involved in their children's life. And if I can be involved in changing those barriers and have a voice and empower these fathers, then it's really special to me.
I do this work because I know what substance abuse is all about. I too am in recovery. I've given my all in all to Project Fatherhood, seeing that it works. You know, fathers, it's an avenue for the fathers to actually talk. It's called MERGE, Men in Relationship Groups. And with the men in the relationship, in the group, they can talk freely. It's an avenue for them to be themselves. That's how it's been a game changer. By showing them that their children comes before their addiction, whether it's alcohol or drugs. I've been in these men's shoes. That's the game changer right there. I've been in these men's shoes. You know, I know where they're coming from, and I can make a difference.
Not just in underserved communities, but across the board, there are so many children that are needing to connect with their fathers. I got into this work because I grew up without a father, and I became interested in examining my own experience growing up without a father. I think this work is significant because additionally, men need to know before they become fathers what this challenge is of being a father and how it impacts their children and their family and their community. I'm very proud to be called a game changer. You know, in this work, I recognize the significance and importance of this work. But as honored as I am, I also recognize I'm part of a team. When you're in a game, you're part of a team. And so organizations like Project Fatherhood, we're working together to make these changes in our community. And so being a game changer, I love it. I love having the ball, but I know I have to pass it, I have to receive it, I have to shoot it, and I have to work with a team. And I'm overwhelmingly proud to be a part of Project Fatherhood, a part of that team.
I originally came on this project as a researcher, just thinking I'm gonna come in, do a survey, and then the work would be done. But little did I know that this was a whole movement. So I'm definitely honored to be a recipient of this award. When I received notice of it, I immediately thought, why me? What have I done? I mean, I see it as part of my normal work, like the expectations of what I should be providing. So I thought, well, I haven't done anything different in my line of work, but again, through the research and through working with this group for so long, again, almost 2 years, now I see the work. I see what the value of those numbers, of those stories that we've collected from our workers and the fathers that we serve. I get to see that transform into decision making so that we can further support the initiative of Project Fatherhood and all of its goals.